Yes and no to a degree, because I've never seen a market that's this diverse and so intense. But to some degree, as I said before, in 1972, 73, you started to lose a lot of stocks even before the market reached its top in early January of 1973. And then the Nifty 50 went for a while, but it had narrowed down viciously, and eventually it got them all. So a little bit like that, but this is, again, more intense. The other market, I would say, is somewhat like, and these are a little bit like, I would say in late 1999, going into early 2000, those were the days of the internet, boom, internet bubble, and a lot of stocks were running well. Market, many stocks had topped out, and then eventually the whole thing became a problem. I'd say it's somewhat like that. But this, to a degree, I can't drive the point home strong enough, is the most diverse market, because it isn't just like, oh, some stocks are lagging, which we're going to show them tonight. You are having stocks that if you covered up the indexes, you would say, oh my God, you're in a bear market. Conversely, there's the other things that's going to whet your appetite. So this truly is the most diverse split market that I've ever seen.
Perfect. And getting into it, a big question that people had is, as you know, thousands and if not millions of traders have read your book. What are some of the key differences between the markets that were in existence back then when you wrote that and now? How have you kind of adapted your approach? I know in the past you've talked about everything's faster. You've incorporated the 50-day moving average, and you're much quicker to take profits. What are some of the key things that traders now should, focus on compared to when you wrote your book?
But first of all, you just did a great job. You encapsulated most of my answer. One, back when I wrote the book was 1987 going to 88. I would say I did a little trimming every time you broke the 50-day moving average. Now, with the intensity of moves, I tell people, and I personally, if it breaks the 50-day MA, I don't care if it's just going to be a 1 or 2 month correction. I'm out of there. I don't want anything with a black cloud. So I'm much faster to move. You have to, because this is an incredibly fast market. So I think that's probably the biggest change. The other one, in those days, I didn't use stochastics and MACDs. For traders, I think it's important, which we've used for several years now, the MACD and also stochastics. But the main thing to get across, in addition to that, is like we're talking about the crypto. When you have a good profit and something that becomes extended, in the old days, I'd say, hey, if you're an investor, you're fine, just hold it. If you're a trader, take some off. Now, a good example, you take a look, like we had a lot of the crypto stocks, and in there, some of them had such moves as of yesterday on Tuesday that I advise clients to take some good profits there. And in just 24 hours, what you see has happened is unbelievable. So there's going to be another buying opportunity coming up in the days ahead. But to me, even an investor has to say, hey, I'm going to move incrementally this tape, because just to sit by idly while you see these incredible wild moves, I think is ridiculous.